Guys, I'm tired, okay? Not only because it is 6:16 a.m. in the morning, but I'm tired of Niantic making constant mistakes. All the time. I have been hyping up today, October 25th, so hardcore. I even made a whole YouTube video about me speculating what I thought was going to happen. I speculated mass outbreaks, which would have been amazing. I speculated Noibats appearing all over the map, which would have been amazing. I speculated even Magikarps appearing all over the map, which even that would have been amazing. And we didn't get any of that. Niantic tweeted out just 3 hours ago at 3 a.m. Central Texas time. I live in Texas, United States. They said, trainers, we are aware of a bug where Zorua, a Pokemon with a planned surprise encounter during October 25th's Shuppet Spotlight Hour, retains stats such as the height, CP, and attacks of the Pokemon it originally took the form of. So basically, the surprise for Spotlight Hour on today, October 25th, 10:25, which I had hyped up so hardcore, was a complete letdown. It actually was going to be the introduction of Zorua into Pokemon Go, and now we can't have it. That's why I just commented, bruh. Because, like, are you kidding me? Dude, I've been hyped up for the past couple of days that this has been a thing. Like, ever since I put out that YouTube video, I have been, like, on hype level 11 with anticipation of what was going to happen for today. And I'm just, instead of, getting this lovely hype gift of Zorua, I am left with utter disappointment and a reminder to that it's my fault for getting my hopes up. That's what I learned. That's my lesson is, shouldn't you know by now not to trust Niantic? That's the lesson that I learned is stop getting my hopes up for Pokemon Go to be a successful game. That's what I'm getting from this, is that I'm naive for thinking that Niantic could pull this off. That's not good, guys. That is not good. Like, this is how you lose your player base, Niantic. This is how you lose fans. So as you guys know, there are time zones in the world, right? And we know with Pokemon Go, the first time zones that get to experience the newest events of Pokemon Go are in New Zealand and like Fiji and all those little islands. And so this is a trainer from New Zealand who got to experience Spotlight Hour. These are the first people to ever test new events in Pokemon Go, right? My heart goes out to the Asia Pacific region because they always are the guinea pigs to do the testing for Pokemon Go. It's very unfortunate. So the Shuppet Spotlight Hour started at 6 p.m. and like clockwork, all the Bulbasaurs started to spawn. And as you guys can see, this is their buddy Pokemon. See next to their avatar at the bottom, they had Bulbasaur as their buddy. So Zorua clones itself as their buddy Bulbasaur all over the map, and then this is what happens. You encounter Bulbasaur, right? Or your buddy Pokemon. They were able to select a ball. They were able to Golden Razz it. So you can use berries on it. Throw the ball. And, of course, I'll just speed up a little bit. They catch it, right? And then it says, oh, like a Ditto. Then it turns into a Zorua, which is cool because now it turns into a Pokedex entry screen, right? New Pokemon caught, boom, Pokedex entry. After these Zorua were caught, they retained the stats, height, CP, and attacks of the Pokemon it originally took the form of. So for example, this person in New Zealand was able to swap out their buddy a couple times. And I mean, like, look at the CP of this Zorua, 2,512. So like, just imagine, for example, that this was a Mewtwo, right? This Zorua would have the attacks of like Psycho Cut, Shadow Ball, and like Ice Beam, for example. And it would have had the same CP as the Mewtwo. Like, there were Zorua caught that were over 3,000 CP because people had maxed out their buddies, right? That's crazy and that's game breaking, because that means that the Zorua is getting exclusive moves that Zorua can't even learn. That's such bad coding. That's so bad. And this is what Niantic said. It said, the Zorua surprise that occurred in time zones, including and prior to GMT 13, will not occur in time zones after, while we fix this. Shuppet Spotlight Hour will still occur. So basically, Australia, Japan didn't even get a chance to catch a Zorua. Like, only New Zealand and Fiji and those little islands out there got to catch a Zorua. And they turned it off. It was only on for like 5 minutes, and then they turned it off. So nobody else even got a chance to catch it. And then it says, Zorua already caught by trainers will not be able to be traded, sent to Pokemon Home, or allowed in Go Battle League until the issue is resolved. Please stay tuned for further details. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience this has caused. So basically, the Zorua that were caught by people in New Zealand, Fiji, those little islands out there, and the Zoroark that they did manage to evolve, those are like little gems now. They're like one-of-a-kind glitches with crazy movesets and crazy CPs and crazy stats and heights and weights and all this kind of stuff. That's basically just like a little trophy of like, hey, look, guys, this is. Remember when Niantic messed up? Remember that? Look, remember this Pokemon? This is when Niantic messed up really bad. And just to show you that people were able to evolve it, there you go. And like I said, this only lasted for 5 minutes in that sliver of the world. So this is like so rare. Like almost no one has Zoroark. There's like probably like a handful of people who have Zoroark right now, and Zorua too. I'm honestly just so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. Like, I was so hyped for this. I was so hyped that I couldn't even sleep. And when I looked over at my clock and I saw that it was 4 a.m., I raced to pick up my phone and see what everybody was saying on Twitter, because I knew that, you know, Australia, New Zealand, Japan would have already had their spotlight hour by now. So I raced to my phone at like 4 a.m. to see what it was. Was it Zorua or was it not? And then to have all of my hopes and dreams and just everything just like smashed. It was just like so disappointing that I was so angry for a while, you guys. Like when I first, like my original like first thought was like, okay, I need to make this video. And like I was so like mad that I was even coming up with a whole skit about how I was gonna like throw a table. I like did my makeup, right? And like while I was doing my makeup, I was just like kind of like calming down and like processing and like thinking about things, and like it, you know, the reality and gravity of the situation is setting in, and now I'm just tired again. You know, now it's just 6 a.m. and I'm tired and I'm pissed and I'm angry and I'm sad and I'm disappointed. And I'm not the only one. I think the entire Pokemon Go community is disappointed right now. That on October 22nd, you can see the date right there, I asked everybody like, hey, what do you guys think it's gonna be? And 1,060 people voted in my poll, and 50% of that 1,000 people, so over 500 people were like, oh yeah, it's definitely Zorua, which means that like over like half of the representation of the people that followed me also believed it was going to be Zorua. And to find out that we were right, but also that we're disappointed, is worse. Which brings me to my next tweet that I tweeted out on October 23rd, the day after that, because I was like, would you be mad if on 10/25 Kecleon appeared in Pokemon Go, but then it transformed into Zorua? Now we don't get either one. And now, even more than ever, I understand why we don't have Kecleon yet, guys. Check it out. This is Kecleon's page on the Bulbapedia website. And if you scroll down to underneath of where the stats are, it explains like what his ability is. This is for Kecleon. It says, due to his abilities, this Pokemon will change its type throughout the battle, thus changing its weaknesses during the battle, right? So, for instance, if hit by or after using a fighting type move, it will become more vulnerable to psychic type attacks and more resistant to a dark type attack if either is used next. Because you guys know fighting type is weak to psychic, right? So I don't think that Pokemon Go is so complex in the coding that it would be able to handle Kecleon. I don't think that the coders that work at Niantic understand how to even program this Pokemon into the game. Like, we can't even get Zorua, which is just a physical temporary copy, almost like how Ditto transformations are. Like, they can't even get that right. So how are you going to tell me that we're going to get Kecleon that has the ability to change its type and weaknesses and resistance during the battle? Like, no. Like, if Kecleon ever gets introduced into Pokemon Go, it's going to be banned from Go Battle League. It's going to be banned from gyms. It's going to be... everyone's going to be hoping for the Hoenn Tour, which is most likely to happen in February 2023, because we had the Kanto Tour and the Johto Tour. In 2023, February, we're due for the Hoenn Tour. And Kecleon is a Hoenn Pokemon, which is Gen 3. So if they drop the ball and don't release Kecleon in the Hoenn Tour, like, people are gonna be mad, okay? And honestly, they need to fix this Zorua mistake, like, quick. Like, if they don't fix this Zorua thing within, like, the month, or like 2 months, or like by Christmas, bro, like, people are never gonna let them live this down. Like, this is reminding me, guys, of my my exes, all the people that I have broken up with in my life. Because you know why, guys? Because I'm too nice. Okay, I'm too nice, and I get stepped all over in a relationship. I have a poor sense of boundaries, right? And I feel, and honestly, Niantic is making me feel like I'm in that same kind of abusive relationship that I'm used to being in, where, like, they'll mess up, right? My ex will always mess up, and they'll come running back and be like, you know, holding me and crying and putting on the biggest act ever and be like, oh my gosh, Holly, like, I'm so sorry. Like, you're totally right. Like, I really messed up. I'm going to change. I'm going to change. I'm going to change. Please don't leave me. I'm going to change. And of course, I love them, and I'm naive, and I have crap boundaries. So I'll go, of course, baby. Like, I know you can change. I know you can do it, because I believe in them, right? And guess what? Guess what? I get taken for a ride, and I get taken advantage of, and they don't change. They never change. This has happened multiple times with, like, every single one of my exes. I've dated, you know, more than 10 people, right? And they're all the same, because apparently I have a type. And they're liars, and they don't ever change. And they keep doing the same thing. And then they look at me like I'm the one with the problem. And it's like, yeah, I guess my problem is that I don't have firm enough boundaries to walk away when you first pissed me off. Now I'm learning that Niantic is like this. They don't want to change, guys. They don't feel like they need to change. Because unlike my ex-boyfriends who come back and cry and hold me and tell me that we're going to change, this is what Niantic does. Okay, pretend I'm Niantic right now. Oh my gosh, my players are so sad. I can't even. What am I gonna do with all this money? I made only 20 billion last year. How am I gonna move on with my life? I guess I just have to make more games and get new players. They don't care, guys. They don't care. They're billionaires. They don't give a crap if 10% or 20% or 30% or even 50% of their player base leaves their game, guys. They don't care if we stop spending money. They don't care if we stop playing their game. Because guess what? There's a huge amount of people out there in the world who don't care. They're still gonna play their games. They're still gonna give them all their money. They're still gonna do a million zillion raids until they get the 100% shiny. They're still gonna hatch 1 trillion eggs until they get the shiny Noibat. It doesn't matter. People are addicted to this game like it's drugs. Like, that's terrifying. But you know what? I make a living off of this game. This is my job. So am I going to stop playing? No. Am I going to stop giving them all my money? No, because I still enjoy the game. Are they going to keep messing up? Yes. So basically, you have to ask yourself, okay, so like, is this the kind of like relationship that I'm just going to be okay with constantly being disappointed by? And unfortunately, the answer is going to be yes, guys. We just kind of have to get used to Niantic being shitty. But like, if they do something wrong, like, don't let it get to you. Don't be mad. Don't just be like, okay, all right, I'm going back to sleep. All right, I'm just going, you know, like, we just have to get used to it. Like, I can't be upset about this anymore, guys. Like, I just can't. I just have to get over it, you know? Like, clearly they're not going to change. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And by the way, I'm not gonna live stream Shuppet Spotlight Hour. Just no. See you guys later. Peace out.